Okay, aloha siblings. My name is Bill, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. I keep getting comments about that, and it's like, it's my thing. If you don't dig it, then I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm doing it. The point of it is I want to be inclusive. That's my gig. I want to be inclusive, and I'd like to normalize things so that everybody could have everything be cool, right? I don't know. That's it. All right. Let's see. Back to business for today. I did a gameplay earlier for Sokoban. I think I mentioned I was planning to do more recording today. So I've had a little bit of a rest, give my back a rest. I'm now going to do a video. I don't think it'll be that long. People have asked, being curious about whatever, and I think people like to see things that people do with their computers and the like. So this is my desktop. I'm just going to talk about, some nonsense about my computer. Unfortunately, this is going to be kind of weird as far as where I'm looking, because of where I have my webcam mounted is on that monitor, which is where I usually do the gameplay stuff. But that's not my main monitor. I only used, whatever. My main monitor is that one over there, which is the one you're seeing in the screen, but that's not where the camera is. So, but I'm really over here, right? You see what I'm saying? So you're going to be looking at the side of my head, because I'm not going to go pull that cable and run it around over there and put it on that monitor and see, hopefully, that it reaches the same USB port, or, I'm just not going to do it. It's not worth my time and effort, frankly. I'm a lazy guy. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to, that's what's going to happen here. So where do we want to start? So here's my desktop. Is there anything of interest here? There's trash, right? I'm not going to go into my trash. Okay, so I use Pop! OS. A couple of people have mentioned, made comments about the operating system I'm using, and I think somebody asked if I was using some version of Windows. I don't remember what, but no, I use Pop! OS. It is not a free version, which is available. You can get those. But the computer I'm using, I have access to because of the generosity of my father, and it was bought from System 76, who are the people who actually developed Pop! OS. And the reason that he bought it from them, it's a good machine, right? You pay more for it when you buy it from a place like that, because what you're buying is service, right? So we have, and actually there were some issues when it shipped here. I think they're in Colorado. And they were right on it, man. You know what I mean? If you got the money, and you're looking for a Linux box, I would say definitely give System 76 a chance. I mean, they're not paying me or anything like that, but their customer service was great. Their support was great. I was kind of angry when things were going bad, but they quickly took care of everything. You know what I mean? So they responded quickly. They were patient with me and my, weirdnesses. Anyway, so there you go. So I'm using Pop! OS. And okay, so there you go. So this is, you have your workspaces, doink, which, okay, let's, right, we don't really care about that, do we? So you turn that back off, I suppose. And applications, there's all this stuff there. I'm going to do a different thing to show you guys everything I've got in there. And of course, all this is just that kind of nonsense. That's OBS, which I'm using to record this. This is Meteo. Let me slow down. I don't need to be this fast. Meteo. This is a weather thing that I use. Yeah. It is what it is. Boink, but it stays in the tray, right? And then this is the unifying receiver for my my trackball and my keyboard. And this, of course, is just the basic, there's your Linux things you can get at the whatever. And then, of course, this is that business there. Yippee-yi-yay. So what else do I got over here? I'll deal with this mess over here. I used to keep this on the bottom, and just recently I moved it over to the side, and I'm kind of liking it. I think I'm going to keep it there. I could always move it back if I want. Okay. What else do I have here? Because I don't really keep much on my desktop, so I'll just do a quick tour of this. Okay, so sharing the LAN. This is just a full, it is what it seems like. It's, set up to share. That Gene is my dad. I'm not going to show you what's in there because that's between me and my dad. Oi Granddad is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Granular synth. It's a software synth that was a free one. Because I've been trying to put more effort into my music so I can get my music channel going. So I've been trying to, update my skill set so I can do better stuff. And one of the things I acquired, I don't know whether I'll use it much. It's a thing I've never really used granular synth before. But I've heard people use it to some interesting effect. And I thought, it's free. I might as well look into it. Yeah. At least this one. I was impressed with what I saw on a YouTube sort of review demonstration. So I've downloaded it and it's installed, and I've kind of been playing with. I use Ardor. Oh, you'll see what I use. Anyway, so here's just some wave files that I've got for it to be able to try to chop them up and see what happens, and kind of do the granular thing. I wouldn't put anything I've done with the granular synth up because I kind of suck at it right now. We'll see. Maybe I'll get good at it, and then maybe I'll incorporate it into the music I put out on my channel. I'm basically a guitarist who can dabble on keyboard, and everybody can play drums. That doesn't mean you can play them well, but yeah. And I've had a certain amount of musical education, so I can kind of use drum machines and the thing, whatever. Clearly, the more you do a thing, and the better you get at it is, from doing, man. There's the thing. I think I talked a little bit about guitar and tone and stuff when I did the show and tell on my guitar gear. You can always get better, and if you want to sound good, man, you have to do the work. You have to hold the instrument. I'm gonna get new pickups. Yeah, fine, get new pickups if you want new pickups. But if you want to sound good, you use your right hand to start the note, right? So how well you picked it, where you picked it on the string, right? And then for me anyway, I'm right-handed. So this is the hand I would use to finger things, right? That's your sustain, accuracy, all that. You need to get these down, man. If you don't get these down, you're not going to have a good sound. It's just, you got to play. You know what I mean? If you want to get good, you want to sound good, you got to play, man. And I think that's true about everything. If you want to sound good at playing music, you got to play. It's that basic, man. Just play. The more you play, the better you'll get. And try to play with people who are better than you. You know what I mean? I learned that, and then I made mistakes and started playing and not that way. But if you can be the least experienced person in the room, and they're tolerating you, be a nice person, right? Nobody's going to keep you in the room if you're not a nice person, man. At least that's just don't be a prick, Anyway, so there's my rant on music, and everybody should be good. Just play music, even if you don't play music now, man. Go learn. It's good for you. Anyway, there's Bill's, evangelism on, music. Everybody should listen to music. Everybody should play music. Go dance too. I mean, I don't dance much anymore because of my spine, but yeah, dance, sing, play music, do it all. It's good for you, man. Okay. All right. So this symptoms log, it's just, I won't keep that there. It's just blink. So I have health issues. So, for a while, I don't really deal with these that much anymore. I keep them not as frequently as I used to, but just basic stuff to do with how well my meds are working, whether they're for my head or for my spine or whatever, right? You know what I mean? So if I have any issues, I can forward it to the appropriate medical personnel, and they can, see what's going on. Picks, well, that will be picks, which I will just leave there because they're my picks. Manuals. Oh, this is just a couple of PDF manuals for a piece of equipment that I've been tinkering with, which I've had for a while, but I don't really use them to their fullest, effect for me, So I downloaded the manuals, and I'm trying to figure out how to use them and, leverage them to my benefit. Miscellaneous text. Okay, yeah, that's just what is it? I was trying to learn Africa capitals. That's how I learned the Europe capitals. I see. I made mistakes of the ones that I forgot. I found that if I typed them down, it would help me remember them. I need to go back to doing that. I don't remember the African capitals yet. And some of these are just ideas of stuff. Some of these are, I don't know. It's just a lot of it's probably going to get tossed into the trash. But that's why I put it here. I let it sit in there, and then I'll go visit it later. And if it's useful, I'll use it. If it's not, then I toss it. And I try to keep my, like, well, when I'm doing a project, my desktop fills up with stuff, right? Because I use tools, you know what I mean? Like if I'm recording, like I'll have our door open and I'll have other things going and like maybe a drum machine and a soft synth and, you know, whatever. And if I'm doing video editing, you know what I mean? I'll have things open. But because of that, I like to keep it as clean as possible so that I can use it when I'm working. Anyway, this I'm keeping up here because there's a drum machine, a software drum machine that I've recently acquired, trying to, you know, find my way around it. But there's some drum samples that you could load into it. Anyway, I found these three collections of samples that I could put into it. Anyway, it's this person. I put this here because if I do find that I'm going to use them, these were, I believe these are all Creative Commons, as far as like I could just use them and whatever, but I believe in giving people their credit, you know, whether they ask for it or not, give them their credit. You know, people deserve, you know, even if it's just as simple as an attaboy for encouragement, right? But if they've done really good work, absolutely give them the credit, you know, because it's helping you do good work, right? So there's the desktop. The other one is just this, but with no other stuff, right? You know, it's just this, you know, that image. I use the same image on both of them. Anyway. All right, so this is just that's the drive. So this is where, you know, this is where that's actually getting written to. The OBS thing, right? And that's OBS right there. This is the basic disk utility that lets me. It's all solid state. The only thing that moves in this machine is the fans, and of course they're super quiet. And of course I like Firefox, and we've all seen Firefox, so whatever. Now this is I'll spend a little bit of time here. This will probably be where I'll spend most of the time, and then that'll probably be the end of the video, frankly. So this is the Pop Shop. It's essentially their repository. Right, it's where all the software is that you can, you know, just kind of have access to for free, and there's a lot of it. Now the truth is, there's a fair amount of it that is provided so that there's versions of it that are free, that you can just sort of install. Oh, here, I'll do this now. Oop-de-doop-de-doo. That means I've got three things that need. So let's go ahead and do these. Doink. I don't know why I keep getting these notifications about these NVIDIA drivers. I don't think these are the ones I need. I'll double check later, but yeah, I don't know. So let's see, I'll just leave this go do its thing. Yeah, so you're done. Let's go back over to here. And I'll go back to installed because that's where I'll show you guys the stuff I do have installed. I don't think there's anything that will embarrass me, and if there is, I'll just edit that bit out, won't I? Okay, so where do I want to, how do I want to, what's going on here? Well, I think it's a repository, right? So here's stuff. Here's stuff that's updated. And now here's all these categories that you can get, you know, stuff. Free software, man. Oh, anyway, did I say that you get these, there's a lot of versions on here that are, it's not really the full version, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a light version. The idea being they'll give you, you know, it's useful to a point, but you know, all the cool stuff you got to pay for, which I get that. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to live in an economy that's capitalist. Yeah, you know, it's not what I would like to have happen, but you know, it is the reality of the world. Who do we want to look at here? You know, I don't really spend much time in here, but I have put a couple of games on here. So let's just look at fun and games, and you can see kind of the stuff that they've got. Like, it's a lot of stuff. And I don't even know all of it that's here, you know, really. I kind of just come in and sort of, you know, just kind of browse really briefly and then, you know, see if something catches my eye. Yeah, so, you know, you can, well, there you go. There's a lot of stuff here. Anything that's jumping out at me. 3D chess, right, you know. I don't know what this is, Amoeba X. What is this? Defeat your opponent by filling up their grid with garbage. Okay, I doubt I'm going to install that, but you know, there is some things that I have installed. Well, again, you'll see it when I go to the my installed dab. Some billiards games, right? What else is on here? Battle tanks. It seems like there's a lot of these kind of, well, they're computer games. So what else are they going to be, Bill? Come on now. Yeah, they've got quite a bit of stuff here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how interesting you guys will all find all that, but there's stuff you can get. So let's go back to home here, and I don't know what else. What else would be cool to look at? I don't know, what do they have over here? I don't know that I've spent much time over here in science and engineering. You'd think I might have just because of math, but the truth is I don't spend much time with putting my head in a deep place in math anymore. I haven't in a long time. I probably should try to do that a little bit because it's good for my brain. And the truth is there's a lot of aspects about math that are just really groovy and very beautiful. So it would kind of be worth my time to kind of get my head back into it a little anyway. Not to do anything necessarily practical with it, but yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here. Wow, computing derivatives and integrals. All right, cool. Oh, here you go. This would be interesting. Yippee-yay. I mean, I don't ever do any of this kind of work, but I find it really cool that you can get access to some really interesting, bits of software. Oh, I do have one of these. Did I get it in here? There was a thing that I was working on a project, and I was thinking, it was getting difficult for me to draw by my hand and just kind of, in my imagination. So I thought, I wonder if there's a program I could use over here. And then I don't remember how I found it, but and then I kind of lost steam on the project. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of neat stuff here. I should, look into more of what there is. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I'm bad enough at managing my time, as you guys well know, as how my fluctuation and frequent long dry spells. You know what I mean? So I need to. It's okay to take on new interests, Bill, but make sure you do the stuff that you're wanting to do, and kind of in your own mind committed to doing, and the like, as well as commitments that I've made to other people, right? Oh, Mandelbulber version 2. I haven't used this version 2. I had a version from a long time ago. That's what I did for, if you guys have seen Box of Box. I use Mandelbulber to make the, inside of the box. But there's a newer version. Interesting. I should look into that, because it's very robust. It'll do all kinds of stuff. I mean, in some ways, it was probably too overpowered for me, really. You know what I mean? It took a long time for me to be able to get anything that I liked out of it, just because of how much there is to its power. Yeah. What else do we have down here? Speech analyzer. Pratt is doing phonetics by computer through a graphical interface, serves speech analysis function. Interesting. That's interesting stuff. Anyway, trying to keep an eye on time because I do have external obligations, and I also, there's another video I want to try and record today. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so you know what? Let's go ahead and hop over to the installed section here again. Okay, so, there's the operating system, and then there's a bunch of stuff that just exists in the operating system. I don't really use Glide, but I haven't found any reason to. Get rid of it. Klotsky is a game. Here, I'll just... where is it at? It's there it is down here. Doink. Right, so you have to move these things, right? Let's see, this is Change puzzle. Let's go down to this one because that's easy. Nope, that's fine. Let's just do that. Is this the right one? Let's see if I can remember how this works. I think you just want to move. Let's get to how's this going to go? I don't think I'm going to do it in 18. I think I got too clever for myself. And Come on, get over there. Rank. Yeah, maybe I should try to bring this game into some of my gameplay stuff. Boy, what did I get there? Oh, I got another 18. Good. Okay, well, I think that's the fastest I can do it in. I haven't been able to... Now, I haven't actually sat down and tried to figure out if I could determine if that's actually the shortest. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's it. You're moving blocks around to try to, you know. So there's Klotsky. Pativi is an editor that I use. Mostly I use it to stitch pieces together that I've used other tools to make. So it's kind of the thing I do for my final rendering kind of thing. Mostly just because it has a, you know, quality high YouTube setting, and it renders really fast. And I like mostly the results I get with it. Although, you know, who knows? I'm still learning how to do this, frankly. I like new. It's super powerful, and it's free, man. It's just amazing. Calculator, I've got a couple calculators. I don't know why I need. You know, why do you need more than one, Bill? I don't know, because they don't really do anything. I don't know, more than each other. Anyway, OpenShot is another video editor. These are all free things, by the way. I'm, you know, too bored to, you know, do anything other than free things. I find it useful for certain things. Mostly, like, I think I used that to build the little animated sequence that I built for in front of story time. There's Medio, LMMS. It's a musical thing I don't really use much. Actually, I don't think I use it at all, really. What is it? I think it's a bit disabled. Yeah, okay. It's kind of a light version. But it intrigues me, so I'm kind of hanging on to it that, you know, I might either get better at using it in a limited manner or just wait until I can, you know, maybe upgrade to the better version and see if it's worth it. You know, I don't know. Shotcut is it's another editor that, I don't remember why I have it. It does a thing for me, and I can't remember what it is. I mean, that's the thing. I collect tools, and because I get frustrated, and I find a different tool that will do it better than the other tool, right? Like Audacity. Not always. Well, you've probably all seen Audacity. It's, you know, it's kind of a ubiquitous audio thing because it's free and it's basic and it's easy to use, really. But the thing I like about it is most of the time I can get a decent result using noise reduction, using their noise reduction. Although it's not for bangs. It's more for, like, you know, weird background noise and noise floor stuff and things like that. Yeah, although I have to be careful. I don't really use it on my voice because it'll pull a little bit of something out of the low end of my voice when it does the noise reduction invariably. I don't know why that. Well, obviously it's to do with which frequencies it's grinding onto for the noise, and there's a piece of that's overlapping with the noise that's also in my voice, right? But in other instances, I can get a really good result out of it, so I use that for that. I also use it as just if I want to record it's something, and I'm not being super serious about it, but I just want to do a quick thing because it's so basic. You know, sometimes I'll use it just for that. OBS, that's what I'm using right now to make this. Now here's a couple of things. These are organizational tools because I've been, well, you know, I'm bad with time, so I'm trying to, you know, see if I can get better at that, you know. So I got a couple of tools to see if I could learn to leverage them to my benefit, which I have yet to really achieve. But so there's this. That's just a codec. Hydrogen. This is the drum machine that those samples that I was telling you about go to. Yeah, I like it. It seems like it'll do a lot of things that I want it to do. It's just, you know, it's going to take time to learn, like any other tool. Now I've only recently acquired this, and again, it was a free thing, Caden Live. Here, I won't do this. Well, this is good enough. You can see all of the, it does lots of cool stuff. I like its layout. I like the things it does. It does a little bit more, the way it does audio, I like better. Which you might imagine, especially if I want to try and do music videos and that kind of thing. I'll want something that will allow me to incorporate that. Anyway, so that's the thing I've been trying to get my head around and learn to do. This is the thing I got, and then I never decided to do anything about changing my themes at all or anything. So it's just there, and if I ever get the hair up my butt to change the themes. I sometimes get issues with short-term memory, and I find that if I play this with some regularity, it seems to help. I think the memory issues are absolutely med related. I don't know. Sorry, I have to kind of sit funny sometimes to kind of keep my back happy. Here, why do I keep doing this? Why don't I just go here? And there it is. You can just see what it is. Oh no. There we go. I hope that came out all right. Here, this is going to be weird, isn't it? All right, I'm going to have to cut this part out because it's just not showing up. So, back, quit. Well, I'm going to edit that little experiment out because it did a weird thing, and that was not worth doing. So I'll go back and go to here. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, it's like Husker Du. So you turn over 2 tiles at a time, and you try to match the things. And here they have animals. I think they have other things, pictures to choose from. So let's go back here. Bitwig. I put this on here, and I haven't ever really got into using it. I don't remember why it is. It's not my preferred one, because I had a bunch of these on here, and then I just so this was not the one I decided I really want to use. Oh, here's the FreeCAD thing. There's a timer. It's just a timer. Inkscape. This is it's a font set. And it has the font that is the kind of the the word I'm looking for? Ransom note, right? Again, for the story time bit, for the text, kind of that ransom note cut up from the newspaper kind of thing. So that's where I got that. That's a fractal. You can probably tell from the. Oh, I'm just realizing. All of this has been horrible because you guys haven't been able. Let me go back a little bit then. Maybe I should do this. Here, let me go over here. I'm going to back up. This is probably going to. I'll just scroll through and you guys can see. I've already talked about this stuff, right? But let's do this. I want to do this guy. Let me move him over here. And then let me go back to here. All right. Right, now let's go back to here. Okay. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Will I have to remake this? I hope not. I'll just let this go, and I'll just move this over here for now. And okay, so where was I at? So Inkscape, that's where the font comes from. This one is a fractal generating program. I haven't really played with this one much. I don't even remember what got me to think about wanting to play with it. Ultimately, I'd like to come up with a way of incorporating fractals into my visuals. You know what I mean? Like the banner image on. Well, here, let's just do this. Boink. All right, this will be over here. Sure. Okay, so let's go to here. And let me go to my channel. Okay, so this, my banner thing there, that I used a piece of software. It's on here. I'll show it to you in a minute. So that's a fractal thing, right? So I'd like to incorporate that kind of stuff into videos. This actual fractal image has been incorporated into a video on my music channel called Work is Progress, which you might want to go check out. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea musically, but I think I got some really cool, interesting effects using this fractal. Anyway, and also, let's go to this one real quick. See, I don't know where this is. I never made these. How did I get these? I got these weird extra channels. I just leave them there because, whatever. And wait a minute, what just happened here? Oh, right. Okay, so now let me do here. Let's go to 3 monks in a tub. Oh, I changed this, right? That used to be a fractal. It's not a fractal anymore, right? See, that's 3 monks in a tub. You'll probably notice that from the credit section on the end of my videos, right? Cross, marketing thing. I think it's probably too subtle for most people to get, but anyway, I'm going to cull this. There's a lot of stuff on here that I just put up because I was like, hey, it's YouTube, just put it up, you know what I mean? And I think I've decided I want to be a little more discerning about what I put up, as far as my musical output, because there's really not much on here. What is it? It's like, 10 videos. There's barely anything up there. All right, so let's go to, where else would I, well, I'll go here. I mean, here's my Facebook bit. I want to go to here, right? And this is also a fractal, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, so that's me. If you absolutely have to go find me on Facebook, for real, whatever. There I am, Bill Boschman. You're probably better off trying, if you want to message me, doing it over YouTube, because I begrudgingly use Facebook. The main reason I use Facebook is I have a friend in the UK. Oops, let's get back away. Oh, there you go. That's a better version of the picture. I have a friend in the UK, a very dear friend, and we use this to maintain. We use the video chat for Facebook to be able to maintain contact, which is really cool because he has a young daughter who was born since the last time I saw him in person, because I haven't been in the UK for 25 years, and she's school age, so he had children late in life. His wife's a little bit younger than him, but yeah, they had children late in life, or a child late in life. Anyway, I won't give you any more information than that because that's their world and this is my world, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't think there's anything in here that I shouldn't have shown you guys. If there is, I will have edited it out or blurred it or something. What else? So we can kill this now. I don't get rid of Firefox. Boink. So let's go back to here. That's some just like a lot of this stuff just happened. It was just on the system already. Like all of the LibreOffice stuff was already here. That's for printers, which I think there is one upstairs that's part of the network for the house. I don't think I've ever used it, to be honest. It's just an image viewer. There's the Pop Shop application, which is what we're using right now. There's an FTP thing, which I don't really ever use. There's the calendar thing, files thing. I'm not 100% sure what that is. It's just been there. What is this? I'm just going to leave it at, whatever. Just leave it there. There's the other calculator. There's another part of LibreOffice. This is a mail thing, which I don't use because I use Google Mail, and I have no reason to have anything other than that for the moment. That might change. Who knows? This is an interesting thing. It's an input remapper. I got it. Well, because it does what you think it does. I think. Here's the thing. I've never actually tried doing it. I don't know what that is. Usually these ones with the setting thing, I just leave alone because I think they were there when I got it. Yeah, a lot of these things are system type stuff. The document scanner was on there already. I don't, weather. That's the Ubuntu one, but I like the Meteor better. So I think this is the one that drives the weather in this mess down here. Yeah, like this, right? I think that's the weather, the Ubuntu Debian thing. But this is the Meteo one. Right, you know what I mean? I just like this one better. Oh, here, let's see if it'll... Sometimes it takes it forever to hook up with the map. Is it going to take it forever? Yeah, it's going to take it forever. I don't know what it is about the server that it needs to access. Here we go. It's just taking it forever. Hayward is a municipality near where I live. I live in a place called Castro Valley that's unincorporated. So it's... all right, it's not going to come in time. That's one thing that does annoy me about it. They have some cool maps, but like half the time, it's too slow to get to me or something. I don't know. Maybe I should send them some information. Say, hey, what's up, man? Your stuff something's going on. Some more LibreOffice. VLC is my preferred video, or basically just media, viewing thing. That's what I like to use. Solar, that's this bit for the unifying receiver, because you can't use, Logitech doesn't make one for Linux, so I had to go find a different one. It works fine. It's actually great. So, and here let's start it up. It'll tell you all kinds of stuff, right? So you just bring this up like this, right? So right, it gives you, so you can like pair devices, unpair devices. It'll tell you about power output and all this kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway. I quite like it. I find it to be, here's another fractal piece of software. Obviously you can see I like fractals, but I just, see, it's another thing. I have too many things, and it's like I have other things that need to be doing, and whether it's to do with family obligations or other personal obligations, or trying to, get my life together, both health or mentally, or, trying to figure out what I'm going to do materially for sustaining my existence. 4-pane. Here, I'll just show you what it is. If they don't give you any screenshots on this one here. So I just go launch it. I wonder what it'll have. Will it show up? Sometimes it's kind of a, where to go? Isn't it in here? Is it over in utilities maybe? Did I uninstall it? No, it's in there. What in the world? Am I just being an idiot? Oh, there it is, because it's the number, not the F. You idiot. And here it went over there, so I'm going to need to bring it over here. Right, there it is there. So it's it just lets you see your, it gives you sort of a tree folder structure thing to be able to use. It's a kind of tool that I don't really use much, frankly. But I put it on because I just habitually have these types of tools on machines since I used to program or whatever. So it's like, I don't know why, anyway. Videos, that's okay. I just prefer VLC. I don't know why I have this one as opposed to the other one. I think I just acquired it and never uninstalled the other one. Fractive. Now this is the one that I use to make the fractals that you've seen on on my Facebook page and on the YouTube channel page. And yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. I need to, again, I have to practice using these things better. I'm not sure what Eddy is. I think it might be. Okay, yeah, okay. So it's not anything it's yeah, that's mostly it. Yeah, so there's most of the stuff. I don't think there's, there you go. There's most of the stuff that's on my, there's the stuff I've installed on my machine. I don't know what else there is of interest here, really. So I'll go through this to make sure I haven't, revealed something that is sensitive or anything like that. I don't think so, though. I don't think, because I don't buy things online, really. You know what I mean? I just don't. Well, partially because I'm broke, is whatever. But yeah, I try not to consume too many material items. Period. But so since I've been using this machine, I have not purchased anything online here. I don't think. Nothing's coming to mind. Now there's this place that's, let's see, about 5 blocks from me. That's a cannabis dispensary place that I can put orders in online they'll let you buy online, but they charge you a service fee. I was like, dude, it's 5 blocks away, and I'll just, walk. Oh, I'm going to walk down there anyway, so I'll just walk down there and pay cash. But it's pretty rare I have enough cash to, justify spending it on cannabis. But, there you go. So what else is there here? I think that's about it here. So hopefully you guys found this, I don't know, amusing or, I don't know, some kind of weird, I don't know, hopefully you liked it. And hopefully it was reasonably relaxing. So I'm going to call this done, and aloha, siblings.